Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching. Thank you very much for coming back to the channel. If you've missed the League 2 prediction, which is the previous video, please go back and watch it and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. But today we're here for League 1. So we're moving on up the table, starting to get into the big boys territory now. And as we're in League 1, I've got my Northampton shirt on. Northampton, why? It was a shirt that was going available. And I think a certain percentage of the shirt sale went to charity. So I thought, why not do my bit? And plus it's pink. And yeah, just love pink football kits. But enough of that. You're not here for that. You're here to find out my predictions. Now, the reaction from the first video was brilliant. So League 1 fans, you've got a little bit to aim for. Let's get into it without much further ado. So here we go then. We're starting off with the bottom 6 in League 1. And yeah. This is the 4 teams I think are going to go down. So I've got Blackpool finishing in bottom, Shrewsbury, Fleetwood, which a lot of people may not agree with, and Oldham, which again, I don't think many people are going to agree with that. Why Blackpool? I think all the problems that are going on off-field, they somehow managed to scrape through the playoffs. But I just haven't been impressed by the signings. I think all the problems that they've got going on, I don't think they're going to be hanging around in this league. And to be honest, I don't really rate the manager that well. I don't think he's that great. So I think they're going to struggle this year. Shrewsbury, again, I'm looking at the teams purely based on paper. And I can't see how Shrewsbury are going to stay up this year. So really sorry, Shrewsbury fans. I don't really see where the quality in your squad is going to be coming from to keep you guys up. Fleetwood. Now, this is probably the biggest shock so far if you are observant of League 1 football. These guys finished in the playoffs last year. But the shirt sales, the player sales that have been going on at this club, I don't know. I just don't think they're going to be able to keep that same spirit from last year. And I think, ultimately, it's going to be a really, really bad year. I don't know. As I said, I'm probably going to get crucified for that in the comment section, but leave me your thoughts on that. Oldham, I think, will have been the final team to go into League 2, and this for a club that have been in League 1 for a long, long time. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, I remember Oldham being in the Premier League and then just going back down to the Championship. And for these guys to be in League 1 for so long is just absolutely tragic, but I don't know. I've just got a really bad feeling for Oldham this year. And I think this could probably be the year that they finally go down. And the 2 teams that just narrowly miss out on relegation, or narrowly miss out, are going to be Doncaster and Bristol Rovers. Now, Doncaster obviously recently promoted. I think they're just going to survive. Just going to survive. They're going to have a good momentum with them going into this season. But I think it's going to slowly tail off and they'll just about survive. Bristol Rovers, I just think there's better teams in the league this year. And again, I'm not really seeing any progression off the field. Now, Bristol Rovers fans and Doncaster fans are probably going to crucify me for that. But again, leave me your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to know. So we're moving up from the bottom 6. We're now going in from 13th to 18th place. And again, there's probably some really controversial decisions in here. Scunthorpe, again, I think they had a brilliant year last year. Did really, really well. But there's so many good teams in League 1 now. I can really, really see this being like a second season syndrome now. And I can really see Scunthorpe just tailoring off and finishing towards the bottom. Gillingham, I've spoken to the guy Gills in the Blood, on 1 or 2 occasions about some of his videos. He may not like this selection. So if you're watching this, mate, I'm really, really sorry. But I don't really see where the club is going. It's a really, really strange one because I know they've got ambitions of trying to get back up to the Championship, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not really feeling it, and that's why I've got them in 17th position. I don't think they're going to do anything amazing this year. Plymouth, I've been quite impressed with some of the signings they've been making, so I've decided to put them in 16th place. I don't think they're going to rock this league by any stretch. They'll get the occasional win from time to time, but I think they'll just about be okay. Rochdale, I wanted to put them higher because they are a very, very good League 1 team, but I think there's a lot stronger teams in League 1 this year, and that's why I've got Rochdale finishing down in 15th. Teams jersey I'm wearing. Jersey, why do I call it jersey? It's not NFL. Teams shirt that I'm wearing for this video, Northampton, and 14th. again, I think for Northampton this year is going to be a season of transition. I think they've now got a bit of investment off the field, and I think all the kind of stuff that happened a few years back, this will just be another consolidation year, and then it's really going to kick on in 2018 to 2019 season. So I think 14th place, Walsall in 13th. It's difficult. They've been one of those teams that have just been in League One for so long now that this is going to be their position. And I don't know, 13th I think is going to be their maximum, which is a shame because, again, I remember years by being in the Championship under people like Paul Merson when he was the manager, and they had a pretty decent team, but they just seem to be stuck in this rut now. And I think 13th is probably going to be where they finish. Again, these are the teams that are going to be missing out on the playoffs, and like I said, there's so many good teams in League One. I think Portsmouth, after a year years of being in League Two, I think they're going to survive, and I think they'll handle themselves very, very well in League One. And I've got them finishing in 12th place. Again, I really like some of the signings that they've been making, especially Brett Pittman from Ipswich on a free transfer. That's an amazing buy, and him being the captain, it's going to be a very, very interesting season for Portsmouth fans. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys can have a good year. Southend, I've got to finish in 11th. They probably could finish higher, but I like some of the signings they've been making, especially Michael Turner. He's going to be a very, very good centre-back for League One. I know he's just recently been injured for the first month of the season, but he's going to be a very, very good centre-back. Again, I like some of the signings they've been making, but I think they're going to miss out. Wigan in 10th. I know last time they were in League One, they absolutely stormed the league. I can't really see it happening. Obviously, Paul Cook is now the manager of Wigan. I think it's going to be a year of transition under him. I mean, why he's put Omar Bogle on the transfer list? He could absolutely smash this league. Strange decision. Peterborough in 9th. Again, for me, it all depends on who they keep. If they can keep a good core of their squad and not let some of the big players go, which have been rumoured to be leaving, 9th will probably be like the minimum. If they can keep the players, they'll probably be aiming towards the playoffs. However, I think those players are going to be sold, which is why I put them in 9th. MK Dons, they probably played one of the best set of football in League One, but I think they're going to narrowly miss out. They've had a lot of older players go out of the team, and they're going to be trying to bring in a lot of younger players back into the squad, and I think it's just going to be a year of transition. I think they'll just miss out, and I think their rivals, AFC Wimbledon, are going to finish above them. I'm predicting big things for AFC Wimbledon this year. They are my second dark horse in this league, and I think they're going to absolutely smash it. They're going to do really, really well, but unfortunately just miss out on the playoffs. I've seen a couple of reviews from their pre-season games, and they seem to be doing really, really well. Everyone seems to be gelling and clicking quite nicely, and I think this year is going to be a really, really good year for AFC Wimbledon. These are the 4 teams that are going to reach the playoffs, according to me. Charlton in 6th. Cole Robinson's had the second half of last season to get used to his players. I think they're going to have a decent year this time around. They've got used to how he wants to play. He's got his own players in. I think they're going to have a decent year. I mean, off-the-field issues are always going to be a problem for Charlton until their owners go. But they're going to have a really, really productive year and finish in the playoffs. Oxford, the signings that have been making are absolutely class. And I don't know, I put them in 5th. But really, I probably should have put them in 3rd because I think they're going to have a really, really good year. Rotherham have been making some really, really good signings. Unfortunately, they are what West Brom were a few years back. They are the yo-yo club between the Championship and League One. Constant up and down, up and down. But I think they're going to have a really, really good year this year after a disappointing season last year. They just completely crumbled, except for beating us at their place 2-1. I don't want to talk about it. But I think Rotherham are going to have a good year. My dark horse this year is going to be Bury. Watch out for Bury this year. They're going to absolutely blitz it. Some of the signings, although they've sold James Vaughan, some of Bury's signings are absolutely quality. Lee Clark's their manager, and again, he's had a little bit of time to interact and get players used to his system. Trust me, watch out for Bury. They are my dark horse for this year, and I'm predicting them to finish in 3rd. And here are my top 2. Bradford and Blackburn. Let me know what you think about this. Blackburn, it's weird. They didn't spend a penny over 2 years. They spent barely anything. And now this year, they've been relegated, and all of a sudden, checkbooks being written left, right, and centre. Yeah, you have this, you have that, you have this. They've been making some really, really good signings. A club the size of Blackburn does not deserve to be in League One. I know people say that, and it's like, well, yeah, they do deserve to be there, but you've got to feel sorry for the fans. And again, off-the-field issues have affected this club massively, and the FA have got to start looking at these kind of situations more often, because it's not good enough what happens to clubs like Blackburn under these owners that just frankly don't care what happens to the club. But if they can have a good year in this league, they can draw the fans back in with some good football, and I'm predicting that they're going to win the table. Bradford are going to finish in second, according to me, and I think they're going to put last year's disappointment of playoff heartache behind them, and they're going to really, really do well this year. And I'm predicting that Bradford are going to finish in second place. I like what they're doing at the club. They've got good season ticket prices off the field. They've got everything right. And on the field, they're playing some good football. And I just like everything about Bradford. I really, really want them to go back up to the Championship next year. I'm just predicting good things for them. So let me know down in the comment section where you think your team's going to finish. What do you think about my predictions? Go mad at me. Go, write like proper comments, like proper angry comments. Like, leave me where you think your club's going to finish. Have I got it horribly wrong? I mean, the Fleetwoods, the Oldhams, the Berries, and the Bradford selections, I think I'm going to get absolutely crucified on, if I'm being honest. But leave me down in the comment section what you think. I'll be really, really interested to know, and I will reply to every comment left in the video. So, if you've enjoyed this and you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button. As I said, leave me a comment down below. I want to interact with you guys. Over the next 2 days, you're going to have the Championship and Premier League predictions. So, subscribe for more. There'll be other types of content coming your way very, very soon. So, until we see each other next time, as always on the channel, adios.